Crypto Kids, good morning. Well, I mean, it's not been the best sleep I've ever had because Bitcoin experienced quite a vast drop. We fell approximately 4.5% in just one 4 hour candle. And I think everybody's wondering, okay, what's going to happen next? You've also started December officially in most countries across the world. We made a video not so long ago. This was like early on this morning, I think like 8 hours ago. And we mentioned that if 93.2 is not broken, then you're going to have probably a quick demise down to the 81K region, which Bitcoin is doing so. And in this video, it was a longer one, 25 minutes. I'll put a card at the top right-hand side. I definitely recommend going through this video because we went into detail with things like what's happening this week. We have a lot of events taking place this week. We have quantitative tightening ending today, which probably isn't what you think it is. We have the FOMC in the next 9 days. We went over probabilities. We went over MSTR FUD. We went over USDT FUD. So it was a very, very good video. I highly recommend watching it. Right link, top right hand side. The link will be there. But in this video, I want to just do a quick recap of Bitcoin, go through what we're expecting. If you're in the Crypto Kids community, then you also probably got alerted about this drop a few days back. I didn't like the bear flag so much. So 81K to me was a very probable scenario. And I think that's where we're going to eventually end up coming towards. Currently, we're at 86. There isn't much support. I would love to see Bitcoin retrace to 82, 81, and then from there attempt to create a W pattern. In the very short term, 81 is my expectation. So I don't think that this dump is necessarily over yet. And over in the macro, you guys already know, I think we will achieve the 200-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average currently sits at, whoa, okay, we sit at the 103 level now. Interesting, it's come down quite a lot. Okay, because we have a new day and obviously a new week, etc. So yeah, this is the 200, this is the daily. So over on the 200 day, we've come down from about $109,000, it appears to be, to the $103,000 on the 200 day. What you do is Bitcoin always goes up, retests the 200 day, and then ends up coming to the downside. I do have short positions placed between 99.5 and 107.5, just in case we get a fake out to the upside. You can also set short positions if you wish to do so using weeks in Pinex linked down below. Eventually, I believe the time frame is mid-January. I think Bitcoin will bounce over 100K, and then from that point onwards, likely continue dumping. I've always said we will probably do a double bottom and then go to the upside. The truth is, there's a lot of support where Bitcoin is, and it would be shocking if Bitcoin fell below the $80,000 level quite significantly. So that's Bitcoin in the short term. We've opened up December, and just within a few hours of December, the month of December opening up, we're already down 4.85%. It's quite depressing. It is what it is. There isn't much we can do about it. If we go to the liquidation data, I think the past 12 hours has been quite brutal. $191 million of long positions liquidated for Bitcoin and $146 million liquidated for Ethereum. Apart from the price predictions, what are the top things to be looking out for? Well, top things are, in less than 24 hours, Fed Chair Powell is going to speak. Quantitative tightening has officially ended, but it doesn't mean that the Fed is now going to start increasing their balance sheet. No. That's probably going to kick in a few months' time. Then it's going to take another few months for after the balance sheet increases for that newly created liquidity to jump into the risk-on and equity markets. Look, Ben Cowen highlights it very well. Quantitative tightening in the last cycle ended, and after QT ended, the price of Bitcoin went down. Even after they increased liquidity, it took, if you ignore COVID, it took like 6 months for liquidity to jump into Bitcoin and really show an effect. I think Bitcoin is more sensitive to liquidity these days, so probably it's not going to take half a year. But assuming that they introduce QE in Q2, you're looking at about November, October next year until Bitcoin, experiences another increase to the upside. So that's my game plan. That's what I'm sort of looking out for. Tomorrow, Fed Chair Powell is speaking. It is 5 a.m. my time, but I'm going to stream it. It's very important post-QT. I think it's very important to look out. And another thing that I'm looking out for, not in the best way. I'm very cautious about this one. Saylor, for the first time, announced something called a green dot. Over on SaylorTracker.com, he's published orange dots since he started buying Bitcoin. But for the first time, he published something called a green dot. This is because the MNAV of Strategy is very close to 1.0. And if you look, Strategy themselves posted that if you go to 1.0 or below, which it did just 2 days ago, then Strategy will consider issuing credit to repurchase MSTR instead of Bitcoin to boost shareholder value. So what I think they've done yesterday or last week, and they're announcing it today in just a few hours' time, instead of or issuing credits to or equity stock to purchase Bitcoin, I think for the first time, they've actually gone ahead and bought back MSTR. Let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting. We'll cover it live on the Moon Show tonight. But yeah, interesting stuff is happening in the crypto industry for sure. But with that said, guys, make sure to DCA, make sure to have a long-term mindset. That's what's important because in the long term, we're going to win. Take care. And as always, guys, bye-bye.